Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. M.X.D.Z is back again with another video. I would like to give a shout out to all the viewers who has been tuning in to the videos, subscribing to the channels, and liking the videos. I want to greatly give a great appreciation to everyone who's been subscribing to the channels. The channel has been getting a lot of support, and I really appreciate each and every last one of the viewers who has been tuning in. Today, what I got going on is the home buying process. So for now, just tune into the video. I want to let you check this out and see what you think, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. M.X.D.Z is back again with another video. I know I started early, kind of being sluggish. It's been a long day. I hope everybody is feeling great. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday evening. I hope everybody is doing good, spending time with their family and enjoying themselves and this life that we live in today. So what I'm bringing you today is the steps on how to become a first-time home buyer. Yes, this is what I'm going to do is tell you the correct steps and perhaps owning your first home one day. And I know I know the video I'm getting off to a little rough start. There's been a lot going on. So what you could do is get comfortable, get yourself comfortable, get you a drink, get your favorite snacks, get you a pad and pen, because what I'm going to do is give you the concrete information, the correct way on buying a home. Owning a home can be a fantastic thing, especially, in this time for 2025, hopefully the rates and things will start to go down, once everything else get back on track. But before that, I want to give a shout out to all the subscribers and to all the viewers who've been tuning into the channel. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate your love and support. God bless you all. And, just keep the subscribing, keep the subscription up, keep liking the videos, keep sharing the videos with each and every one of your friends and families, because we really want to grow the channel, and so far, because of you guys, we hit 330 views. So I'm proud about that, but I owe it all to you guys, So the only thing I could do is just come and show up and just deliver, because I think it's important for me to see you guys win and succeed and live out your dreams. So, a lot of times when people say they want a home, but then again, they just don't know how to go about it. So what I'm going to do is address the correct way of buying a home, and I'm going to let you know as much detailed information as I can, because at the end of the day, when you go buy a home, wherever you chose to live or wherever you go, we also have to know the agent. We have to make sure we come across the right agents. We got to make sure they know everything about all the programs. I would recommend everybody do your diligent research, check out reviews, do everything you can, so when you go buy a home, that agent is going to do his job and take care of you. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, when it comes to a home, some people is afraid because of what it costs. And a lot of times people is like, oh my God, I don't have this type of money and this and that. I want to let you people know there is programs set in place for you guys to buy the home. You just have to fall in place and meet the criteria. And a lot of times people is like, well, I don't got credit. Some people say, yo, you got to have a 580 credit score and this and that. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to have and how you go about it, okay? Because everybody's situation is different. So let's start this video up like this. If you have good credit, a job, some money saved up, you're in a good place. However, if you have bad credit and not so good credit, you got some work to work. You got some things to work on. Because I'm going to tell you this, when you go buy a home, they're going to check your credit report. And if you have a high debt to income ratio and you have collection accounts and you have too much debt, you will not qualify. I'm telling you the truth. You will not qualify. They will tell you to go and address those issues before buying a home, because that bad marks and derogatory things on your credit could affect your rate. And then you're going to have to put up a lot of money. So now, let's get to that. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. So when you go buy a house, you're going to meet the agent, right? What they're going to do, you're going to fill out some paperwork. And what they're going to do is do like I would say a soft pull or a hard pull. They're going to check your credit. You're going to bring them pay stubs. And they're going to do like a pre-application. When I say pre-application, it's not the real application. They just want to get an idea of what's going on, right? So this agent, I'm going to tell you what this agent need to have in place. If this is a good agent, in 2018, I had a good agent, right? The good agent supposed to have banks in line, be organized, no inspectors, whatever it takes that has to do with this house, he should know people, and have everything set up and structured, ready to go. So I'm going to try to summarize this in my own way. When I got my condo, the agent that I chose in my neighborhood, he was very organized. He knew what bank to go to. The bank knew what programs was available. He knew everything about the home, the first time home buyer certificate. He knew everything. So when we signed that contract and it was time to get to business, I knew it was gonna work because, he knew how everything worked. We bought a condo with an iPhone 7, literally sending messages back and forth to the bank. So I'm not going to drift off here. Let me just get back to what I was telling you. So with that said, you have to make sure your credit is good, because they will tell you, get those negative things taken care of. They want to make sure they are paid and they are not harming your credit. Now, if you have to work on your credit, you have to get the negative things off. Remember the videos that I created? Everybody should already know. If you got any negatives, we need to address that. You're not going to be able to get a house if you got bad credit. I'm telling you that right now. You have to have a score between 620 and up. When I got my house, the score was about 665. The higher, the better. And I'm telling you this, when you restore your credit and you take all the negative things off and you have to start from the beginning, you're going to have to build some history. Okay? Building history may take 6 months to maybe about a year, and you want to make sure you have less debt. Your debt to income ratio has to be low. If you have a car loan, I'm not going to say you can't get it, but it plays a huge part in determining your rate. You don't want to have a car loan and you're trying to buy a house. You buy the house first, and then after you get the house, buying a car be easy. I'm telling you that right now from experience. So when you go through all of that, there's an application called the purchase agreement. You're going to put up the money. It could be $500. When I did it, it was $500. Right now, 2025, it could be $700 or higher, whatever it is. And before that, make sure you want to have a good credit score between 620 or higher. Make sure you have at least one to 18 months of good payment history. So if you got 1 or 2 credit cards, make sure everything is paid on time. You're not late on anything. Another thing is, make sure you have money in the bank. Okay? Because this is way it gets, it gets pretty, in more intuitive and more in depth. So when you buying a house, the bank is going to make sure you have some type of bank trail. You want to start putting money and having transactions, paper trail. They want to see you depositing money in your account on a regular basis. So if you have a specific account, as you restore your credit, you want to make sure you have an account with some money in it. They want to see some type of paper trail. You need 2 years of tax returns. You got to have tax returns, because when you go in to buy a house, they want to make sure you could afford that house. Everything is going to be based on your income. They may say, well, you qualify for $200,000 or $176,000, but it does not mean you're going to get a house for $200,000. When you qualify and you get your first time home buyer certificate, the agent is going to take you to different areas in your state, wherever you live, and you're going to look at different houses. And he's going to try to find a house that you like that's going to be suitable for you and your needs. Make sure whatever house you look at, it got enough space. Make sure the rooms is right. Make sure it looks nice, because they're going to be an inspection on that house. Make sure you have at least $5,000 to $10,000 saved up. That's the money that's going to go into escrow. Like I was telling you before in the beginning video, if you're working for a job and you got a 401k account or any type of stocks, you want to put money away, because in a 401k, you can use that money for a first-time home buyer. So if you got $20,000 saved up, you can call them up and say, listen, Merrill Lynch, I'm looking to buy a house. I need $18,000. When you sign that purchase buyer's agreement, you're going to send it to them. They're going to send you a check. You're going to take it to the agent, and they're going to put it in the escrow account. And when they put it in the escrow account, as you going through the whole home buying process, whatever that house needs, if it's time to do the inspection, an inspection may run you $200 to $300. It varies in different states and different countries. They have to inspect everything, the water heater, the central air. Whoever is selling the house to you, that owner has to make sure that everything in the house is up to date and by code. You know, if anything from a door handle, a doorknob, something is broken, a crack in the wall, that could affect the whole deal. So everything has to be fixed and up to date before you move in. Another thing I want to tell you, you may be excited, going through the process, but you could start in June and may not move into your house or close until December. That has happened. I lived through it. I experienced it. So there's a lot of things to check, when you're going through this process. Another thing they're going to do, when you in the middle of it, I would say maybe after the inspection, they're supposed to run your credit 3 times. There's going to be a point where you can't use none of your credit cards, because if you do any spending and something changes, that could affect the deal. I've seen people going through the home buyers process. They started using their credit cards when they wasn't supposed to, and guess what? Their score got tanked. Your credit cards are off. Everything you do has to be with cash or debit. Do not put yourself in that situation. The agent is going to tell you, listen, we almost at the end. You cannot use your credit cards for nothing. Don't apply for nothing, because they're going to know how many inquiries you have. So you just have to make sure you have some cash with you, and you just go from there. And the money in the escrow account is going to take care of the inspection, the title, the court fees, and whatever has to do with that house you're going to buy. That earnest money is going to be there for that. And then when you get to the closing, they're going to tell you how much you have to pay out of it. They may say, well, do you want to use 1% of your money? That could be a game changer. That could help you. They want to make sure the person that's selling the house is up to date on the taxes, because I think if they are not up to date on the taxes, you may have to pay out of pocket. And I think what they'll do is do an adjustment for the following year. And you have to check everything, every window, every panel, paint, make sure everything is working. Water heater, make sure the water heater is new. Check the central air unit, because that's about $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000. So you want to make sure everything is working. You want to make sure the foundation is good. It's a big responsibility. You got to ask them. You need records of when the roof was done. When's the last time things was maintenance in the house, And, you go through the process. And another thing about owning a home is you're going to get a fixed rate. You don't want the rate to be changing on you. You don't want no adjustable rate. That's not a good thing, That will definitely kill you. So make sure. So let's go over everything again. Step number 1, We want to have a good credit score between 620 or higher. The higher, the lower the interest rate. We don't want to have no late payments. We don't want to have no derogatory. We don't want to have no collection accounts. If you have any collections accounts or any blemishes on your credit, they have to be addressed. I'm telling you that right now. If you have a car loan, let's say your husband or your wife, and y'all going to buy a house, and somebody have a car loan in their name, whoever don't have the car loan, whoever debt to income ratio is low, you put the house in their name. So John, if you have a car loan and your wife got good credit and her debt to income ratio is low, you're going to put the house in her name and hope that she don't throw you out. Because that will affect it. After you buy the house, then you can go buy a car after 1 year. Because you got to make the payments on the house. I will recommend everybody do that and just, stay budgeting your money, save your money. But after you have the house for 1 year, then you can go lease a car, Make sure you keep things affordable, because the bank want to make sure you could keep up with the house. What else? A lot of people say, so let's just give an example. I haven't done this yet. I'm still trying to find my way to it. You see the house on the left? So you buy this first house on the right, right? After years, the house goes up in the property. Some people buy a house every 2 years. I'm not saying you have to do it, but this is where the wealth part comes into play. Because when it comes to equity, you could talk to your agent about a multifamily where you live in one side and the tenants pay the rent and whatever you profit, you save. Or you could buy your house that you love living in and buy another house and rent that one out. Now, however, if you decide in the future to take out an equity line of credit, that money goes in your bank account. So let's say this house was $400,000 and they're willing to give you $200,000 of equity. And the house to the left, you got people paying you rent. The rent is going to cover the mortgage, and whatever you profit, that goes to the equity account. So now you got some money to buy or fix what you want. You could pay down debt. You can invest into something like a CD and grow your money, But, when it comes to equity, that's another video, because I really want to tell you people more about that. But that's just to give you an idea, And I'm not knocking nobody, because buying a house may not be for everybody. It's not easy. But everything that I'm telling you to do, if you follow these steps, you will indeed be a homeowner. And right now we don't have a choice, because with everything that's going on with the presidency and the politics, you got to have good credit. It's mandatory, So I would recommend everybody, and I want to say congratulations to the people that has already started working on their credit, Because if you want to buy these expensive things, you got to make sure you have your money right, a good stable job. You want to make sure you be on your job for at least 2 years or more. They're going to be looking for that. Job history is good. Always remember that. Good job history. And if you got a 401k, I don't care what age you at, start somewhere. Start putting some money away. And if you comfortable where you living at right now, and you're not paying much rent, and you feel you could swing it, go buy a home. Make some money. Let the home make some money. Because sometimes homes go up in value. And if you play the game the right way, you get the money you need, you can just buy the home out, But you have to know the ins and outs. And I would recommend everybody, when you go to your agent, because the world is changing, you tell them, listen, I want to look into a multifamily home. I want to be able to make money and live in my home. And if something happened, I got money, Because sometimes these jobs and these companies, they don't know how to treat their employees. And one person told me that you just one house away from retiring, Real estate is big, man. You just have to know the ins and out of it and know how it works. And, equity, people they take their equity out and they keep it with them and they use it for whatever they need it for, Because I think when it comes to equity, you got about 10 years to use it for whatever you want, So if everybody just follow those steps that I told you, you should be able to own a house in the future. But make sure you do your research on the agent, whether it's Century 21, Berkshire, look up their history, look up the reviews, find out how many houses this guy sold in the last month. Check his track record. See what he know, because it's important for the agent to be knowledgeable, about when it come down to what programs is in the community to help the buyer, You want the process to be easy as possible. Sometimes you could go on your computer and look it up yourself and take down information, Look up the house you're looking for, look into it and you take everything with you and you bring it with you. Keep everything neat in the folder. Bring your credit report and stuff, and just, plan it out, If you ain't ready, just say, listen, wifey, let's save up 2 years. Let's go buy us a house. If y'all got good jobs, put that money in the 401k and start saving. Because the more money you save, it's going to help you in the long run. I'm telling you that right now, And there's a lot of other things you could do to furnish your house. When you build up your credit, you got your credit builder account cards and stuff. It's nothing like coming home and, to a nice house and unwind and comfort, And, as years goes on, houses goes up in value. So you guys are going to be good, So that's all I have right now for this video. Continue to subscribe to the channel. We need more subscribers. Keep watching the videos and sharing the videos with friends and family. You guys out there, I appreciate each and every last one of you. You're doing a phenomenal job. This channel is starting to grow quick, and the only thing I could do is show up and deliver, because I want you guys to win and I want you to fulfill your dreams, and I think we all can do that with the right information being addressed to us. A lot of things they tell us is not being addressed correctly, and they leaving things out. On this video, I'm not leaving nothing out. I'm telling you the God honest truth, and you want to go by it too, because when you go buy a house, you don't want to be nervous. You want to go in there and knowing that, I got excellent credit. My credit is good enough for me to apply for this and get this. I got 2 years of tax return. I've been on my job for 6 years. All of that stuff helps. I got $5,000-$6,000 in the bank. When you going to buy that house, you go in there with that money. You're going to put that money in that account. You're going to pay for the application, and y'all going to go get together and go buy your house, man. You guys deserve it. If you work hard, you deserve to have the best. So I'm M.X. here. I love you all. God bless. Keep up the good work. Stay locked in. And don't forget, pay all your bills on time and also pay them in full, and keep your utilization low. God bless you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.